Hey Chuckster, this is Perry. Yeah, not feeling too good today. Think I need to stay home. Yeah, it looks like I'm not gonna have a production notes segment this week. Sorry, man. Yeah, there's always next week, right? Okay. Bye.
You know, life moves by pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around every once in a while, well, you could miss something. Words to live by spoken by a true cinematic legend. But it's true. If you don't stop and smell the roses, well, you just might be missing something. And sometimes the old noggin just needs a good vacation. So that's why this week I decided to call in sick and just rest my brain. Yep, that's right.
My day off. La la cha 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 do dang.
Never had one lesson.
You have a right to the money that you deserve. And we deserve the right to the money that's yours. I'm actually Krogan attorney at law. Because at Krogan and Sons, we care.
Hi, you've reached the Jenkins. Please leave a message after the beep.
Yeah, Perry, this is Viv. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well, but, well, I kinda need you to muster up some strength and, just give us another episode this week. I'll expect something to be uploaded by the end of the day. Oh, and Jenkins, you better not screw.
Beeson.
Oh, man.
Thank you for that wonderful report.
How am I gonna make a segment this week? I got nothing.
Now for our medical.
Nothing, I tell you.
You know, a new study shows that creative people tend to share more personality traits with the mentally ill than they do with the middle-of-the-road masses. The findings suggest that both creativity
You know,
and manic depression.
I'm really amazed at how the human mind works. How some weeks, creative ideas just flow like crazy, and how other weeks, well, it's just a little drip. I found an interesting article while doing some research by a fella named Joe Gillespie. He goes on to explain that the human brain is divided into two halves, referred to as the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Which is slightly confusing is that the right hemisphere is connected to the nervous system on the left side of the body, and that the left hemisphere is connected on the right, a crossover in a sense. Well, the right and left sides of the brain do different jobs. The left side processes language, analytical thinking, and the ability to put things in a sequence. It's also good at making association between symbols and abstract ideas, for counting and mathematics, so the technical side in a sense. For most people, the left side of the brain is dominant, and just as most of people are also right-handed. The right hemisphere is more involved with intuition, spatial awareness, and putting things together to form wholes. The opposite of analysis, in fact. You know, it's more of the creative side, I guess. It tends to work in terms of images and feelings instead of using words and numbers. Now, usually the two halves of the brain work together as a team, Gillespie writes. Sometimes the right brain sends the left a crazy idea like, wouldn't it be nice to jump off a cliff and soar like a seagull? The left brain quickly responds with some very good reasons not to jump off the cliff. As left brains are usually more dominant, common sense prevails. Although the two brain halves work together and the left side is usually more dominant, that's not always the case. In some people, the right brain is more dominant than usual. When this happens, the person is less constrained by rational thought and prone to more divergent ways of thinking. In extreme cases, the person also ends up left-handed. Left hand, right hemisphere. Interesting. What does this have to do with this week's show? Well, nothing, I guess. Other than the fact that the right hemisphere of my brain better get to spinning. Because time's a-ticking, and I need an episode.
Much better.
Okay. Just like how the right side, the creative right side of my brain is saying, hey, why don't we pull off a cool looking shot using this window as a source? The technical left is saying, yeah, but what are we going to do about mixed lighting sources, controlling the amount of light coming in here, and not to mention you've left all of your lights back at the studio. I think collectively, my brain as a whole is saying, why don't we just go back to bed? But we must press on. So, for one, I've noticed that since I've lived here, the sun shines through this window from about 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so I've got plenty of time to pull off a cool looking shot using this window as a source. Thank you, left side of my brain. As for the other issues, well, I bet if I just got clever, I could scrounge up enough stuff around here to pull off a shot. Making something out of nothing, right? So, let's get the right side of the brain working and get clever. One of the things I like to do in my spare time is browse through stock images and stock video and even analyze cooking shows. I just like to stay up on what's working stylistically out there in the world and just make a mental note of some of the cooler things I see. Like I've been noticing a lot lately that people are using windows as a nice soft background, even blowing them out at times and not even color correcting for the blue hue that's cast while being white balanced to a tungsten lamp. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this style and apply it to a product shot that we do for a fake liqueur or some kind of other beverage. But I'm going to have to dress our window with something. I need to break up that light that's coming into it. So fortunately for us, well, my wife happened to purchase this, a few months back. It's a little window film in a frosty-like pattern. I know it's used for a privacy effect on a lot of homes, and this will cover, I guess, about 4 windows. And it only costs like $18. Like a good husband, well, I never got around to putting it up. But that's okay. It's going to work great for our shot today. All right, now typically this would go on the inside of the window, but I don't really want to take the time to cut it out just right and get it to fit all perfect. It's my day off, right? But I do want it to cover the window completely. I don't want our viewers to be able to tell that I'm using anything on this window. It needs to look natural in a sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover this up with this. I'm not going to take off the backing that they say to peel off to make it stick. I'm going to hopefully just rely on the static properties of this material to make it stick. Or, hold on. I think this should do the trick. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and white balance this camera to indoor tungsten lamp. There we go, like so. Why am I doing this, you ask? Well, I just think that blue light coming through the window is going to add an overall cool effect to our shot. See how nice and soft that is? I guess it just overall just adds a really cool looking blue hue to everything. I think I'm also going to go ahead and use that end table to place our product on, and I'm even going to go ahead and use that lamp that's sitting there as well. Let's go ahead and scrounge up some more stuff. All right, well, I think I was able to wrangle up enough stuff to get our shot done. We've got us a martini glass for our beverage, and of course the beverage itself. I'm also going to go ahead and use that lamp as part of the shot, just to kind of, I don't know, accentuate the beverage of some sort. I've also got here an old box and a bag of rice. Now I'm going to use that to mount my camera on it. I noticed that my coffee table is right about the right height for a surface to put my camera on. I just need to jack it up just a little higher. So I've got that box and a bag of rice to kind of stabilize it. I've also got an old clamp and this aluminum serving tray. It's going to work great as a reflector. I'm going to go ahead and mount it to a cymbal stand from my drum kit and just bounce up some light onto our product. Since I don't have any lights, this is going to come in handy. Well, I think we're just about there. I think all that's left to really do is mix up our drink and get this thing shot.
Green Screen Liqueur, because green is king.
All right, let's recap, shall we?
Okay, first off, we get our camera mounted onto our box in our little bag of rice to stabilize it, and head outside and grab that window film and mount it up there with the old stapler. Good, that's looking good. I like the light coming through that window. Looks real nice. And go ahead and flip on our little lamp, get our props into place, and bring in the old cymbal stand and mount my makeshift reflector that is actually a serving tray. All right, everything's looking really good, and all that's left to do is pour our drink, and there we go. A shot with no lights, no tripod, no nothing. All right then.
Well, there we go. An episode out of nothing. It just goes to show that even with nothing, well, you can still make something. If we've learned anything today, I guess it's that sometimes the best tool in your arsenal is your own brain. By getting your left and right halves to work together as a team, well, you can pretty much accomplish anything. Staying focused and not losing your mind in the process, well, I guess that's why they make this stuff. Well, back to my day off. That's about it for this week. Thanks a lot for watching. Good luck. I recall Central Park in fall, how you tore your dress, what a mess. You still here? It's over. Go back to work. It's over.